Hello and welcome back to my second recorded playthrough of Clan Generator as Sightclan. In our last video, I introduced you to all the cats in the clan. I explained the rule of the leader marked destiny and how only cats with an eye spot around one of their eyes can be leader. Gingerpaw got her warrior name and became Ginger Crackle. Frostpaw had trouble training, and we made enemies with Ember Clan after a failed attempt at hunting on their territory. Let's see what happens next. Whew. Ibistar makes an appeal to Ember Clan at the gathering, convincing them that peace would benefit both clan. Ember Clan leader hisses that they wouldn't trust him as far as they could throw him. Ember Clan relationships have worsened. No. Ginger Crackle believes that she's part of a new prophecy. Yeah, keep dreaming, kid. Lightpaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice with Ibistar as his mentor. Really? Twilight Patch wishes he looked more like Moonwillow. Okay. Twilight Patch thinks Mouse Moss is really charming. Reassures Moonwillow about something that was bothering him. Frostpaw is surprised by the hurtful things Ginger Crackle can say in an argument. Cougarheart and Lightcat realized they were the only ones that saw a shooting star. Aw. Cougarheart and Frostpaw keep talking over each other on accident. Frostpaw doesn't entertain a rumor that is being spread about Fernkit. Fernkit makes a small sacrifice that benefits Lightpaw. Lightpaw, Frostpaw, and Moonwillow took a sun bath and had a little small talk. Moonwillow sees Moss be kind to one of Moonwillow's friends. A clanmate that Moonwillow wanted to get to know better is ready friends with. I'm afraid to look at the current relationship between us and Ember Clan. Oh, it's still just hostile. I thought it was gonna get worse than that. You steal one rabbit, and suddenly a whole clan hates you. Alright. Alright, so we're currently 2 moons in, and I can see Ginger Crackle grew up quite a bit. Look how big she is now. She's a grown-up cat now. Good for her. I did notice some cats sort of take input in mouse laws. And I'm curious if she might want to mate. Let me see. I noticed Twilight Pat shows some interaction with her. I also noticed he had some interaction with her, I think, on the first moon. And they seem to have something going on, which I think is kind of weird. Because who would like Tatter Splash, am I right? No, I'm just messing. He's alright, but Moonwillow might be a bit too old for her, I'm gonna be completely honest. But Twilight Patch and Tatter Splash, maybe. But if she thinks, he doesn't really think much of her. Oh, Twilight Pat has some romantic interest in Mouse Moss. Interesting. Her interest. Alright. So, Twilight Pat definitely has some romantic interest. So, alright, I wonder what will happen if I put Twilight Pat, Mouse Moss, and Satisflesh all on a random patrol. The patrol comes across Bow Clan. Or, is that right? Bow Clan? Oh, Bow Clan apprentice waiting quietly at the border. When the apprentice notices the patrol, they press themselves into the ground, begging to join Sightclan. I don't know, we don't just take anyone. The patrol brings the apprentice back to the camp, where she's accepted into the clan, although this doesn't help relations with Bao Clan. Stripe Spot. I don't know if I like the name Stripes. Paw joins the clan. Relationship with both clan have worsened. Oh, great. Stripes. Paw. No, I'm going to change the name. Stripe Paw. But it's not plural. It just sounds better. Stripe Paw. If her second name sounds better with striped, then I'll change it back. But this is the first time I'll change a name. I apologize for any technical difficulties with the sound. I realized that I had plugged in my microphone in the wrong jack and it wasn't working. So my bad. All right. So next on patrol, let's have... I want Cougar Heart to go on an herb patrol with Frostpaw. He heard how bad Frostpaw was doing with his training and wanted to have a word with the young apprentice himself. Oops. Who knows? He might be a medicine cat by heart. Or maybe he'll just have a relaxing time with Cougar Heart. We'll see. As the Medicine Cat's patrol pads out into Sightclan's territory, Frostpaw tells Cougar Heart about the dream he had last night and what the Star Clan vision cloud means for Sightclan. Cougar Heart chooses to pad pelt to pelt with Frostpaw. The spiritual medicine cat gently guides the conversation. Frostpaw feels deeply privileged and far more at peace after confiding in him. He knows that Sightclan is safe, that Sightclan is in safe paws. Aw, okay. Wow. Mouse Moss is just taking all the female apprentices, isn't she? Let's have... How about we have both of Mouse Moss's former and current apprentice do something together? Let's have them... Should I have them train? The pair find a nice spot to sun themselves. Ginger Crackle smiles, inviting Stripe Paw to sit down. The apprentice is a little stiff at first, unsure how to act in front of the warrior, but that's actually what Ginger Crackle wants to work on here. Sightclan contains cats of all ages, skills, and talent, and it's important to work on being comfortable with everyone, just as it's important as working on respecting them. They're all Sightclan after all. Oh, so she's pretty inviting to the newcomer. Let's do some more patrols. We have Ibis Star and his new apprentice, Lightpaw. Let's put you on a random patrol. The hunting patrol spots an eagle on the wing over a large bend on the river and watches as it swoops to dig its talons through the spine of the impressively big fish. But then it doesn't take its catch into the air. Perhaps it's too heavy. Well, we can try to steal this fish or not. I don't feel like dying today to an eagle. Confident and charismatic. I think there's a difference between being confident and being smart. Stealing prey from an eagle, which are animals known to actually steal kittens in real life, does not sound very smart. So let's not proceed. They move on, ignoring the eagle to focus on their own hunt. All right. They didn't get any prey back. All right. Moon Willow. Let's put you on a random patrol and see what happens. Moon Willow wanders past an old badger set dug into the rocky hillside, only to freeze. There's a new scent here, acrid and sour. I feel like he'd be smart enough not to go in there. Surely it must be nothing. Uneasily, Moon Willow continues on. Yeah, I imagine him just whistling as he walks by. Doo-doo-doo. Nothing to see here. And that's all the patrols. All right. Let's see. We've got quite a lot of herbs. And not a single hurt cat. So we're doing really good. Really, really good. Cougar Heart, we might not even need you. I'm just kidding. We love you. We'd never get rid of you. So I just noticed this. I can make the warriors do things, which is kind of interesting. This one requires a mediator, and I don't have a mediator. I assume what I'm going to do is if any cat becomes too old to do anything, to hunt or to train, I will change their roles. And instead of retiring, I'll just give them like the role of mediator. They can be talking to other clans and doing whatever. All right, because all the patrols are done, I'm going to go over the cats again. Ibis Star offers tips to help each cat in the clan. Ibis Star is the first leader of Sightclan, a clan formed on the idea that only cats born with a spot around their eye are destined by fate with the foresight to lead the clan. Twilight Patch is grateful to Cougar Heart for his treatment. Twilight Patch was chosen by Ibis Star to take his place as leader should anything happen to him. Twilight Patch was chosen due to the fact that he is the only cat in the clan with an eye spot old enough to lead, and thus worthy to lead. The clan runs mainly on faith. Twilight Patch has a crush on Mouse Moss. Cougar Heart is hoping to find an opportunity to slip back to his nest. Cougar Heart is not sure how much of this Mark of the Leader Destiny stuff he believes in. He has feelings for Ibistar, which is mostly what spurs him into following Ibistar's will without question. Ibistar himself only sees Cougarheart as a faithful and loyal subject, and may be unaware of Cougarheart's feelings for him. Just when Cougarheart's faith was at its weakest, the clan found Fernkit in the woods all alone. Fernkit's eye spot was like a sign that Ibistar was right about Leader Mark Destiny. Cougarheart is Cougarheart is unsure what he believes anymore, but his loyalty still stands. Moonwillow wants to critique Mouse Moss's fighting techniques. Moonwillow sometimes tends to the kits and keeps them out of trouble by telling them stories. He is very much a believer in Leader Mark Destiny. Shuttersplash is worried Ibistar is overworking himself. Shattersplash is a young and skittish cat. He wishes that he had been born with the mark of a leader around one of his eyes. Even so, he does his hardest to make the leader proud. He is afraid of doing anything wrong. Mouse Moss is proudly watching Lightpaw plan how to hunt down a creature she made up. Mouse Moss does not see what the big fuss is around having an eye spot. She is perfectly content with how life is. She enjoys hunting and chasing down mice on her own. She loves being a mentor to one of the only other female cats of the clan. She is proud of her former apprentice, Ginger Crackle. Cougarheart and Mouse Moss share a father-daughter type of relationship. Mouse Moss found Stripe Paw on a patrol and offered to mentor her right away. Ginger Crackle feels uncertain about her role for a moment, then brushes it off easily. She was a very sweet apprentice and was curious about everything, but now she's a warrior, and there isn't much known about her quite yet. Frostpaw wants to learn as many fighting techniques as he can. Frostpaw is a calm and quiet cat. He silently wishes his mentor was anyone else but Shattersplash, who jumps at everything and seems afraid of his own shadow. Frostpaw picks things up quickly and sneaks lessons from other cats when he can. For 2 moons in a row, Frostpaw has struggled with warrior training. Stripes Paw hopes that the deputy assigns her to the next patrol. Stripe Paw is a former kitty pet who was driven out by Bow Clan and begged to join Sightclan on Moon 2. Mouse Moss agreed and took Stripe's Paw under as an apprentice. Lightpaw wonders if Shattersplash was a good apprentice. There still isn't much known about him. He's just starting out as an apprentice. Fernkit is getting a badger ride from Ginger Crackle. Fernkit was found alone in the woods on the way to finding Sightclan's first home. Fernkit's eye spot was taken as a sign by Ibistar that Fernkit is destined to be a leader of Sightclan one day. Fernkit is currently being raised to be a leader. And that is the entirety of Sightclan. Flockstar. Hello, I am here to guide the dead cats of Sightclan to StarClan. She speaks to Cougarheart in his dreams and tells him how foolish he is for following Ibistar all these years. She is very cold, but also has a soft spot for Cougarheart, because she knows his heart aches for what he cannot have. All right. There isn't much to do except have another clan gathering, or gathering of the clans. We tried to befriend Ember Clan at first, and that didn't work. We were ignored by their leader. And then we tried hunting a rabbit on their territory. We weren't successful, but we ended up making them very angry at us for trespassing. Then we tried to appease them, and the leader got very angry at us and said that he could never trust us. So it's clear that us and Ember Clan is not going to work out. So we might as well attempt to befriend one of these other clans, right? What about Bow Clan? We haven't had any interaction with Stag Clan, But being as a pretty wary, um I feel like our confident leader wouldn't really care about such a weary clan. We can try to befriend Bao Clan and see what happens. All right. Okay, unfortunately, I read all of this, but it didn't record, so I'll be reading it over again. Sightclan and Bao Clan arrive at the gathering's meeting place at the same time. Ibistar halts the clan with a tail signal and gestures for Bao Clan's leader to enter first. Bao Clan's relations have improved. Ginger Crackle admits that Twilight Patch did something clever. Twilight Patch tried flirting with Mouse Moss, but she didn't have the time for it and brushed off Twilight Patch. Ginger Crackle keeps asking Frostpaw to explain a joke, but Frostpaw just says that Ginger Crackle had to be there. Frostpaw is spying with Cougar Heart. Cougar Heart is talking about what to do tomorrow with Stripes Paw. Cougar Heart, Twilight Patch, and Ginger Crackle took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Cougar Heart offered to groom a hard-to-reach place for Shattersplash, who thanks him earnestly. Fernkit and Ginger Crackle are assigned the same task. Lightpaw is glad to have a clanmate like Shattersplash. Lightpaw saves the funniest jokes for Moonwillow. Moonwillow is really surprised that Shattersplash's life isn't as easy as he thought it was. Mousepaw makes a small sacrifice that benefits Shattersplash. Ibistar warns Stripes Paw about something on the ground, so Stripes Paw doesn't trip. I feel like he would be condescending about it. He'd be like, "Hey, Stripes Paw, don't trip over that." Ibistar and Ginger Crackle spend the morning telling interesting stories. Mosspaw apologizes to Ivystar, but Ivystar doesn't know why. Stripes Paw keeps telling Lightpaw to stop saying a joke, but Lightpaw doesn't take her request seriously. And that's it. So not much really happens, except we made an impression on Bao Clan, and Twilight Patch tried to flirt with Mouse Moss, but Mouse Moss just brushed him off. I'm surprised that nothing changed with Bao Clan despite making an impression on them. But I guess we'll see. Wait a minute. Who is that? Prosper. Wow, you have grown. I didn't recognize you. You're a full-grown cat. All right. So it's time for patrols. Ibistar is not too pleased when he hears Cougar Heart suggest that he takes Light Kit on a herb patrol. Ibistar sneers at him and thinks that the clan could use more warriors and warrior training, but he does not speak on it. He tells Cougar Heart he can do whatever he likes. Cougar Heart, on the other hand, can see the potential in Frostpaw to become a medicine cat. Cougar Heart also takes notice on how much Light Kit looks up to him and wonders if Light Kit would like to join him. Cougar Heart really thinks Frostpaw can be a medicine cat. Frostpaw has had so much trouble with training, and he can see the potential in Frostpaw to become something more. Ibistar, on the other hand, is not too pleased about the idea of having his new apprentice go on herb hunting with the medicine cat. But he's not in the mood to fight with the medicine cat either, so he's just like, do whatever the heck you want, I don't care. And we will see what happens. You know, I think I'm also going to invite Stripes Paw. All the apprentices can go on a herb hunting mission patrol with Cougar Heart. As the Medicine Cat's patrol pads out into the Sightclan territory, Frostpaw tells Cougar Heart about the dream he had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for Sightclan. Cougar Heart chooses to pad pelt by pelt with Frostpaw, the spiritual medicine cat, gently guiding the conversation. Frostpaw feels deeply privileged and far more at peace after confiding in him. He knows that Sightclan is in safe paws. So this again. If he keeps having, this is the second time he's had a dream about Sightclan. So wouldn't that mean that he's destined to be a medicine cat? Next up, looks like they don't have any paws to train this round. So this gives a certain deputy a chance to go out on a patrol with Mouse Moss. And let's see what happens. Twilight Patch suggests this might be a good chance to practice new hunting techniques with Mouse Moss. I'm sorry, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to Mouse Moss. She's like the best hunter in the whole group. Mouse Moss takes charge and coordinates exercises for the duo. They practice how to bring down prey together, their confidence in each other growing. All right. Oh, his romantic like for her is gone. That's weird. Um, oh, that's right, because he thumbled. He tried to flirt with her and thumbled. Okay, that makes sense. But they do seem to really like each other. If only I had a mediator, I could try to get them together. If only I had a mediator. Darn. Alright, patrol again. Who's next? Let's have... Well, I'm sure Ibistar isn't happy about having his apprentice go off with another cat for training. I think they'd all be good. I think he's gonna angrily walk over the border. He might take Ginger Crackle with him. While walking along the border notices a Bao Clan patrol renewing their scent marks up ahead. The patrols eventually cross paths, and an awkward tension fills the air. No one is quite sure what to say to break this silence. Eventually, everyone involved slowly shuffles away to continue their respective patrols. Relations with Bog Clan have worsened, but we didn't do anything. We just walked past each other, and suddenly, walking past each other in silence isn't allowed? We didn't cross the border or anything? That's kind of ridiculous. Well, nothing's changed, so what do you mean it's worsened? I don't understand. We did absolutely nothing to each other. We just silently went our own way, and our relationships have worsened? I don't understand. I think we got a very strange relationship with Bao Clan, where no matter what we do, we don't seem to anger them, but we don't seem to get on their good side either. We don't anger or befriend them. We're just always neutral. And it's really weird. Meanwhile, with Ember Clan, all we had to do was cross the border, didn't even take a rabbit, and they instantly hated us. So, I don't know. Let's patrol again. How about Shatter Splash and Moon Willow both go on hunting together? Shatter Splash is tempted to eat the prey he just caught. Sure. He resists the temptation, going on to make a couple of great catches to make sure that the elders are fed. We don't have any elders other than Cougar Heart and Ibistar. So that's kind of pointless, but it looks like they did a great job and they got a large amount of prey together, so that's good. And we're out of patrols. This concludes our second playthrough of Clan Generator as Sightclan. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties I had with the audio. Let me know which cat is your favorite, and I hope to hear from you in the next video. Bye!